people, I have 7 things that I want to shed some light on in this video, and these are things that we should never say to our spouse or other half in an argument or during a conversation. So let's dive right in. Okay, even though I've narrowed it down to like 7, I think we all know that there's about 1 million things that we should never say to our other half during an argument, okay? But if I was to go through 1 million things, it means that I will be aging on this seat, and that's not gonna happen. Not today, because after this shoot, I need to go eat, I need to go shopping, I have a life to live, you know? Okay, first of all, no relationship is perfect. There's no one relationship that's perfect, that goes months and years without arguments, without falling out. There's always going to be challenges in the relationship, there's always going to be issues, but we must find ways to work through them. And working through them means that we need to consciously make an effort to do things that will douse any fires, you know, to do things that would de-escalate issues rather than escalate them. And part of that means knowing what to say, when to say them, what not to say, when not to say them. But obviously we all know these things, we know these things, but do we do them is the question. A lot of times, because we're trying to get at the other person, we know what buttons to press, we know what to say that would tip them off the edge, we know what to say that would make them go crazy. We know them because we spent time with them, we've lived with them, we know exactly what to do to get them all riled up. And to be fair, for relationships that are gonna last, we shouldn't really be doing stuff like that. If you love the other person as you profess, you should always look for words of encouragement, words that will de-escalate issues, not choose words that will make things worse than they already are. So I'm going to give us the 7 things, but they are in no particular order. Number 1, but you always do that too. I think everyone would have said this at some point in our relationships. Well, I know I have. And I know you have too, alright? So don't even give me that holier than thou look over there. When we say these things, it's true, the other party probably always does whatever it is we're referring to. We probably are right, but sometimes also, maybe we're not right. Maybe we're just trying to deflect from the issue at hand, alright? So a lot of times, even when we are right, is that moment the right moment to say that? Should we even say it at all? So this is what I think, okay? If your partner has told you during a conversation that there's something that bothers them about what you're doing, that is not the right moment to tell them, but you always do that too. They have raised this issue, and that's the moment when you should just listen and try and show some honest remorse and reassure them that, okay, you will fix it. And don't just say it, try and work towards fixing whatever issue they've raised with you. And if some other time they do the same thing, try and choose a separate moment to raise the same issue with them. Don't choose the moment when they've said that to say, but you always do that too. You know, what that's going to do is it's going to raise the temper of the other person, and it's just going to escalate the issue at hand when it doesn't really need to be escalated. So choose a separate moment. If they do something that they've just tried to correct you about, then choose a separate moment when they repeat the same thing to bring it up with them. Hopefully they are quite calm as well to listen to you and make promises to change. Number 2, it's your fault. A lot of times we say this as well, we try to deflect responsibility to the other person, or we try to deflect accountability to the other person. Yes, something might be the fault of the other person, but if something has truly gone wrong, trying to finger point and tell the other person it's your fault is not fixing the problem at hand. At that point, what both of you should be doing is to put heads together and try to find a solution to whatever has gone wrong. Pointing accusing fingers at each other is not going to help the situation at hand. Refrain from finger pointing. Finger pointing helps no one. What is the solution? What's the way forward? That's what's going to solve the problem at hand. Number 3, relax, calm down. A lot of times, it's usually the person that has caused the trouble that says relax, calm down, which can be very annoying, okay? So don't say relax, calm down. It's very patronizing. It's really not nice. Also, it's used mostly by people that are very manipulative a lot of times, okay? Not all the time, because sometimes truly the person that is really getting angry and getting pissed just really needs to relax for real. But sometimes also the person saying relax can be very manipulative when they use those terms. Don't say stuff like that to your other half when you're having an argument or you're having a conversation, because what that means is that basically you're trying to invalidate what they feel, trying to make them feel like what they're saying is unreasonable or it's not really that deep, and to this person what they're trying to convey to you might just be really important to them. Number 4, I don't care. So why are you in a relationship with someone if you don't care about how they feel about issues? What's the point? It's very insensitive to tell someone you don't care. So even if this person is talking crap, just don't say it to them. You can think it in your heart, even though I don't think you should be thinking it, to be honest, because if you love the other person, nothing from them should really sound like crap to you, okay? So, but sometimes our other half says some things that, to be honest, maybe there's not a lot of, you don't really find a lot of logic in it or whatever, but again, it's for you to be cool-headed and see where they're coming from. Something that you think may not make sense. If you were just calm enough and just patient with them enough, you may be able to see their point of view, and you may eventually be able to connect the dots and make sense of what they're trying to tell you. Telling them you don't care is just very insensitive. You need to care about the other person, and if you get to that point where you don't care about the other person, you don't care about how they feel, you don't care about the things they say, I really question the reason why you still remain in the relationship in the first place. Number 5, the Western world has changed you. This one is mostly used by our African men, okay? I don't know about other regions of the world outside of the Western world, but at least I'm from Africa and I know I'm speaking from my own point of view. This is mostly used by our African men, and this is used when I feel like they want to deflect from what's on ground. Back in Africa, the culture, the tradition over there doesn't really give much thought to the woman, doesn't really give much, I don't know, respect to the woman. Maybe things are changing nowadays. You're expected to take care of the kids, take care of the house, take care of the husband, have sex with the husband, take care of the home, take care of the in-laws, take care of everyone, and still be able to function properly as a woman in the house. Alright, meanwhile, here in the Western world, roles haven't necessarily switched, but it's been halved. So both husband and wife are expected to work because there's a lot of bills to be paid. Most of the time you find the women also working. On top of her working full-time, she also needs to do all of the other stuff that is expected as a woman. And then when she gets burnt out or she's not able to meet some of the man's needs, all of a sudden he starts to complain, he starts to say that she's changed. I feel like it's a very insensitive statement to make to the woman, because you basically just discounted all of her struggles and all of her efforts to keep the family together, to help you carry on doing whatever you do, to look after the home, to look after the affairs of the home, and still be able to work just like you do as well. So again, it's a no-no to say to your spouse that the Western world has changed them. Number 6, my ex was better than you. Oh Lord, you know what? If anyone says this to anyone, whether it's the man or the woman, I really think you guys have no business being together, because if your ex was so great, why are you here? Why did he leave you? Why did she leave you? Why are you here? Or why did you even leave him? Why are you here? So you're making comparison between your ex and your current spouse. That is just a no-no. That is a no-go area. Unless, of course, you're ready to really just leave that relationship. I think it's a statement that would leave with the other person for the rest of their life. Even if you guys get past that moment, the person may forgive you, but I can almost bet you they won't forget. Words are like eggs, alright? Once it falls to the ground and breaks, you can't really pack it up together. You cannot glue it back together. So if you know that you're not ready to leave that relationship, like for real, alright, don't even make comments like that. This person will always remember. It will always ring in their heads, in their minds. It could even break the trust in that relationship. So that comment or that statement is just a no-go area. Just calm down and look for, what's the solution to what we're having right now? Is there a way forward? Should you go for counseling? Think about things like that. Just don't keep going back. You left your ex for a reason, or they left you for a reason. I don't know, and I don't care really. Just don't say this to your current partner. End of. And number 7, which is the last one for today. is I will divorce you. Alright, so this one, yeah, you know when like when you're watching Denzel Washington movie and someone picks a gun and points it at him, right? And he says to them, if you point that gun at me, you better be ready to use it. This is an example of that. If you tell someone I will divorce you, you better be that in your back pocket or in your bag, there are divorce papers there ready to be signed, because you might just be saying the wrong thing at the right time. Because this person also might have been thinking of ways, yeah, to leave your ass, alright? So if you make a statement like that, you better be going through with it, to be honest. This is a statement that you shouldn't just be brandishing anyhow. That kind of statement is not a weapon that you should be using all the time. It's not even a weapon that you should use at all. It's a no. Whether or not you like it, both of you are still in the same team, okay? You're still going to make up and kiss after. It's natural to have quarrels, to have fights in a relationship, in a marriage. So always think about that when you're having a conversation that might go awry, or you're having an argument with your spouse. Because there will always be a solution. You guys will still end up finding a solution. You will make up after. So don't make statements that you will end up regretting after everything is calm. You get what I mean? Especially if you don't mean it. Don't say it if you don't mean it. If you say it, you better be meaning it. Alright? I hope everyone learned one or two things. To be honest, there's nothing I've said today that is new to any of us. We all know what we should do. Let's just get to doing them. Enough of the pride, enough of the ego. Ego and pride gets no one anywhere. Let's be vulnerable with our partners. Let's just let them know how much we love them. Hopefully they show us how much they love us as well. That's the end of today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like and share the video as well. I'll see you guys next time, hopefully with another juicy topic. Alright? Peace out. Bye.